Welcome to 0 to 60.
I'm Matt McChesney. I am the owner and operator of 60 Football Academy and 60 Equipment. Played at the University of Colorado from 2004. 6 years in the National Football League on both sides of football.
I'm Matt McChesney. This is 0 to 60. That is Coach Prime. We are at the University of Colorado. Brother, thank you so much.
All right. 0 to 60. We're rolling. Welcome to 0 to 60. Happy Wednesday to everybody out there. I'm your host, Matt McChesney. Bailey's on the ones and the twos. Brett Coolj is going to be joining us here today. Number one player at his position in the country, part of the Dungeon family, offered by everybody. Several official visits set up, and he'll have a nice little announcement for Buffalo Country today as well. So he'll be on about 1:15. We have a lot to talk about before he comes on, so let's go and get this done.
Let's pay some bills on this fine Wednesday, Matt. We got a lot to talk about on this fine Wednesday. The show is brought to you by BetOnline. BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform, your number one source for online betting in 2025. Whether you're a seasoned fan or first-time bettor, BetOnline is your ultimate game day companion. With the largest selection of odds in everything from NBA and March Madness to the NHL and UFC, BetOnline continues to be your number one betting source. From every three-pointer to hat trick, BetOnline is you cover with odds, stats, and more for every game, every play, and every win. BetOnline, the game starts here and we roll. Matt, we are here on this fine Wednesday. This is going to be a great show today. We got a product of your own 60 Academy, Brett Coolj, joining the show, 4-star IMG Academy offensive lineman. He's got a special announcement that I can't wait for him to discuss here. But Matt, how you doing on this fine Wednesday?
I'm good. This isn't my job.
Yeah, chat, relax.
But Matt, my job isn't to get him to CU. My job is to get him to the NFL. It's CU's job to get him to CU. I don't work for CU. I thought everybody knew that. So keep going. Sorry, Billy.
All good. How are you doing on this fine Wednesday, man?
Good, man. You know, Wednesday, it is what it is. Got a lot to talk about. How are you?
Absolutely, man. I'm good. We here. We in the building. NFL free agency has got a lot of different things going on. NFL just movement around the league, so we can't wait to discuss that with you. But Matt, as the thumbnail says, Coach Prime calls out Colorado's discipline in an offseason workout here where one of his players, or I guess some of his players, were wearing earrings, which is against his rules, and they put tape over it, and obviously it's not what you want. So Coach Prime calls out Colorado's discipline. Take a listen to this.
Conference and penalties, right? So that means no discipline, right?
Yes, sir.
When you last in the conference, that means no discipline, right? Sure. We got one cat out here with Band-Aids over his ears. What that mean? That means I'm going to wear my earrings, but I'm going to put a Band-Aid over because I ain't going to listen to y'all because I ain't got no discipline. Does that mean that? What that mean? What that mean? That mean you're going to do you, right? Forget us. Anybody else out here with earrings in? Anybody else besides one dude? Come out here like that again. Please. I promise you'll be on the first thing smoking. You got that? Discipline.
Discipline indeed. Matt, football, it's all in the details when it comes to football, and people trying to cheat those details and going against Coach Prime's rules calls out the discipline. Matt, I love to see that. What are your thoughts on seeing that?
Yeah, I mean, I've never had earrings, so I don't know what the allure is for men and earrings and shit, but whatever. I think that jewelry while you're training and playing is hilarious to me. It's funny. Like, I hope you get Crabtree.
Well, here's what
the guys that come into the gym and they've got chains and fucking bracelets on and all this other bullshit. I'm like, somebody ripped this shit off of him. So yeah, I agree. The jewelry doesn't have any place when we're on the field competing and working. Yeah, I don't know what to say about the whole earring thing other than cool. I'm not going to have a problem with this rule because I don't have fucking earrings. So
That's fair. Here's what I'll say. Coming from someone who does wear earrings and chains and all that, I mean, it's one thing to wear it and whatever, but in workouts, when there's a specific rule, Matt, you know how football is. You play at the highest level. Discipline and details are everything. So if Prime says not to do that, and kids trying to take shortcuts, I think that's kind of the highlight of it rather than the earring situation. Coach Prime's back in Boulder for off-season workouts. Obviously, Colorado start spring practice here on the 12th. But he is enforcing the discipline nonetheless. So I think the biggest thing that I'd noticed from that is obviously Prime enforcing the discipline and kids trying to take shortcuts wearing earrings. I know some hard motherfuckers that wear earrings. So I don't give a fuck whether you wear them or not. But rules are rules. Details are details. That's kind of my perspective on it, to be honest.
Well, why does Coach Prime have to do this? He's been gone on media tour and all this other shit. I guarantee you this has happened before. Why does he have to be the one that comes back and drops the hammer? I thought he just hired a new strength coach. Why isn't he doing that?
That's a great point, Matt. That is a great point. That's something.
Why is Coach Prime got to be the asshole? Why does he have to go back and start yelling at everybody? It's a rule.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't the kid's fucking first workout.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you on that. I think that's a great point. Why is I don't know if Coach Swayze, I'm sure he's enforced it at some point. I guess somebody tried to, get away with it and get around it and got exposed. But yeah, I'm with you. Why does Coach Prime have to be the one to be the enforcer on that? That's a little alarming, so to speak.
Just like the old saying, if a chick has a tongue ring, she'll probably suck your dick. And if a guy has a tongue ring, he'll probably suck your dick too.
This is a great saying, Matt. I love it. But nonetheless, Coach Prime is back and enforcing the discipline, whether it was there before or not. Matt, before we have our special guest on, I got to ask you, there's been a lot of rumors, and you know how this is. Shedeur Sanders is arrogant, and this is blowing up on social media. Everybody seems to be talking about it. I'm not even going to get into Josina and what Josina Anderson said because I guess she's defending Shedeur, but I don't agree with what she said either. But, Matt, what do you have to say to those who are calling Shedeur Sanders arrogant?
You show me one good quarterback that's not a cocky, arrogant fuck, and I'll show you a shitty quarterback.
Right.
So, again, I've said this multiple times. There's a bunch of whites at the combine that are probably angry that Shedeur Sanders has swag. Are they angry at Tom Brady for wearing a $600,000 watch on the fucking broadcast for the Super Bowl? That's pretty fucking arrogant. Wouldn't you agree?
Or didn't Tom Brady switch watches? He's got multiple he does on the broadcast.
Yeah, he's Tom fucking Brady. And that's this kid's idol. So to think that because he's got swag and because he's got character, and remember something, and sorry folks, my voice is gone. It's been gone for a while. Remember this. Just because you have character doesn't make you a character, okay?
Right.
You've got to it's something that you have to have. Just because you are a cartoon character doesn't make you have character. So Shedeur is a real motherfucker. He's not playing around. This isn't a joke to him. So the fact that he's so happy, what do you want him to do? Walk around all pissed off and depressed?
Right.
What he's paid, he's young, he's single, he probably doesn't have any kids, so that's a check. Not saying kids are bad, just at 22 it's probably not a good idea.
Thanks.
He's got the whole world in front of him. His last name is Sanders. He's already driving multiple Maybachs. I'd imagine that the pussy counter at Shedeur's house registers about a 9.5 or an 11 on a 10 regularly. And I don't want to, if you think he's banging the fucking fat girl at the frat house, you're out of your fucking mind. This, come on. So, I think Shedeur's life is really good. So why do you want him to be angry? Why do you want him to walk around all pissed off? Why can't he smile? Why can't he wear his chains? Why can't he fucking do what he wants to do? Oh, I know. Because the old fucking whites get all offended and I swear to God, bro, this is a thing. It's not a racist thing. It makes them uncomfortable because he's so confident in himself. And some fucking nameless scout isn't, and it rubs the scout the wrong way. And all of a sudden, Shedeur, and you want Shedeur to be excited about a meeting? have the meeting with somebody that he can get excited about having it with. His dad's Deion Sanders. If you just have some scout and some GM he doesn't know walk in for a team that he's not going to fucking play for or doesn't want to play for, of course he's going to be like, maybe a little nonchalant in the meeting. But again, here's another question. Why isn't he just on the board? Like, why are they asking him character questions? He doesn't have any character flaws. He doesn't get arrested. He doesn't smoke. He doesn't drink. He doesn't go out and do all that crazy shit. He's not trying to fucking be a gangster and a quarterback. He's all ball. His dad's an all-time great. He's got football lineage and legacy. His whole family's football. Yep. He's been great at the position at 2 different places that he both resurrected. He's got numbers. He's got completion percentage. Does all this shit. Why are you not putting him on the board and saying, hey, 2, get up there and draw me 11 3x1 tight end ISO left field bunch right nasty. I want to know how you run Gator to the field and fucking power left, and then under that draw up an under front with a Sam stack and a force safety and put your corners over here and 1 single high. Where's the squeeze gap? How do we make sure that we can get the ball out? If they walk into the squeeze gap, how do we protect it? Is it a 3-man slide, or are we going 70 protection and going out here to the corners? What does the force player tell you? Yada, 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 yada. All the shit that football actually fucking means, instead of all this stupid bullshit we talk about and all the dumb bullshit the comments talk about. Like, there's a language to the fucking game. And if you don't understand what I just said, welcome to my motherfucking world, homeboy. This is why I'm so brash and confident and cocky and egotistical about what I do. Because I know I'm the fucking best at it. I don't have to sit around and guess. I fucking know. And I don't have a problem with saying it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the guy that's about to come on the show will attest to it, as he's going to be an NFL player in 4 years.
Absolutely.
This kid knows he's the best, and he doesn't need to sit around and fucking try and impress some GM that's going to get fired in a year and some scout that's anonymous. Anonymous people are the fucking worst.
Yeah, we've had this conversation a lot.
Oh, if you're one of the anonymous chat goers, or you're an anonymous fucking email sender, or you're an anonymous Karen out there that's angry, fuck yourself. You are a total piece of shit. Stand up for what you think, motherfucker. Stop being a goddamn pussy. So I want my quarterback to be fucking brash, arrogant, cocky, good, fucking aggressive, almost borderline, like he walks in and everyone's butthole tightens up because they don't want to fuck up. It's like right when I was with the Jets and we were in the 3rd preseason game, okay, or the second or 3rd preseason game. We're playing the Redskins at home, and right before the fucking game, we traded for Brett Favre, like 3 days before, okay, and all of a sudden I'm in the huddle at center, and Brett Favre runs in. And no offense to Chad Pennington, who was just then traded to Miami. I love Chad, and I went to Miami with him that year and played with him, and he's my guy. But Ford ran on the field and ran in. He goes, okay, y'all, let's go get 6. And I was like, fuck, Brett Favre's in the huddle. And my butthole, whoop, like tightened up like a fucking dolphin, watertight, homie. Right. Like I was like, holy fuck, we can't let this guy get hit. And that was just a preseason game. So what I'm saying is, like, and he was just a good old boy that got along with everybody. Yeah. Shedeur take shit seriously. Stop getting so like caught up in the fact that he smiles and he's happy and he's not a depressed asshole. And like, I'm sorry, everyone life out there sucks that have to point the finger at him. But guess what? Shedeur Sanders' life doesn't do. It doesn't suck. Like, there's nothing about this guy's life that sucks. Nothing. So why would you expect him not to be like this? If he wasn't like this, I would wonder if he's really cut out for the life.
Yeah, true. And to your point, and I'll bring on our special guest after this. You made this point just now, and Sean King made this point this morning. He's Deion Sanders' son. He's not just gonna get nervous and be like, like to a scout or whatever. He's gonna be confident.
I'm brash. Nope.
Yeah, exactly. So I think he's been around like high prominent people his entire life. The last thing you're going to see is him not be who he is, not be confident, not have a smile on his face, not be who he is. And if that comes off as brash, arrogant, and whatever.
That's what I want, dog.
Yeah.
Like Peyton Manning wasn't not brash and arrogant. Tom Brady's not not brash and arrogant. Like that's who
Exactly.
anybody that's any good at that position, especially. Or let me just be frank, any leader.
Mhm.
If you're a leader, you're going to get in arguments. You're going to get in fights. People are not going to fucking see things the way you see things.
True.
People are not going to agree because they're a bunch of fucking sheep and you're the herder.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I need my herder to know and think and do things in a way that sheep don't do them. The sheep don't understand, and you don't need to. Know your fucking role, shut the fuck up, and let two be two. I bet you JB was like, oh, this is a bad look, blah, 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 wasn't he? He's going to fall in the trap, blah, 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 blah. Yep.
I'm not going to get into what JB said. You lose
Man,
your
he's a
mind.
fucking such a hater, dog.
We'll see him on Friday.
That's the other thing. I would think that JB would be all about this kind of shit because he is super brash and unbelievably fucking arrogant.
Well, I just think that I'm surprised that one thing about Shedeur that JB doesn't embrace is his toughness. We know Shedeur tough as shit, and when he gets popped in the mouth, he responds. I'm surprised that JB doesn't embrace that. But Matt, with that, let's waste no further time and bring in our special guest, product of Matt and 6-0 Academy, IMG 4-star offensive lineman, Brett Coolj joins the show. Brett, welcome to the show. How you doing, my man? Happy Wednesday.
How y'all doing?
Looking good, dog. All
Good,
buttoned
man.
up and shit. What, you been in class?
Yeah, I got school after this.
Awesome.
What class do you got to go to after this? How to block people into the fucking ground with my forearm?
Oh, you're gonna laugh. I actually have a film and literature. I just watch movies.
Very nice. And Bailey needs to go to this class. He doesn't know shit about movies. What movie are you going to watch in film and literature today?
We're watching The Joker.
Oh, like the Joaquin Phoenix Joker?
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix. Yeah, and we like this. This subject is like going. It's like mental health in film, and I mean, that's a good one.
Oh.
Yeah.
You should watch American Psycho if you want mental health in film.
Oh yeah, I've seen that too.
So what you're telling me is become a man child, go to IMG, get 50 offers. Our hardest class is going to be the Joker movie in film today.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
I'm not complaining,
you're
though.
doing it right, my friend. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
All right, Breck's joining us here on the show, and Breck's been Dungeon Family forever. He's been on the show before. How are things down at IMG, bro? You just got done with your junior year. You're going on God knows how many visits, and everybody's beating your door down. Before we talk about Colorado specifically, how are things? And just give everybody an update on how you're rolling.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's a period where we just lift weights all the time. So right now I'm getting strong as hell. Getting in shape. We're lifting and running, mat drills, all that good stuff. And then, soon after this, we'll start spring ball, which is always fun. Something we didn't have down in Colorado, which so we started doing spring ball, and it's gonna be competition. I can't wait to compete and put myself out there and just be a dog all the time.
And I know that you're motivated by bigger things than just going to college.
Yeah.
And I know that the stars are fleeting, but I want that 5th star for you, and I know you want it. Like, what do you think is, like, I don't think anything's holding you back from getting it. Why is it so hard to get a 5th star? I just rolled the dice too. He's mad as fuck about this. Tell me why, to be honest.
I see the disrespect when it comes to these ranking websites, and it just, there's nothing I could really do about it. I'm just going to keep being myself and working. But, I mean, it's just extra motivation, to be honest. I wish I could say a lot for these people that are ranking me. I mean, a lot of them are cool people, but also a lot of them never played football in their life. Or, I'm just saying they don't know what it's like. And I tell them they could talk to any college coach, and say, who's your number one guard on your board? That's all I gotta say. Yeah.
And look, that's not, again, we're talking about Shedeur today, and everybody's mad because he's arrogant and cocky. Well, that coming off to a sheep is arrogant and cocky. But Brett talking to me like that is expected, because I know that he wants greatness, and that's what we're in this building to do, right? So that's not arrogant and cocky. That is straight fucking leadership and grown manship right there, knowing what you are. So that going full circle here, Breck, before we start talking about CU, I think you're the best offensive lineman at your position in the country, and I think next year you'll be probably in the top 10 players of the entire high school sphere. You walked into 6-0 at 14, 13 years old
13
and said, I want to be the best in the country, and now you're going into your senior year, and throw up his top 8 or 12 or 50. I mean, you put every fucking team in the country on this list. Yeah. That's a pretty good list of teams that want Breck. Just the next generation of kids. We have so many guys that watch this show and so many guys on social media that look up to guys like you and Drake Nugent and all these Jake and all these other cats and all the guys Deacon and all the guys who got in the gym now. And we miss you in there, bro. This morning we were in there getting the fuck down. Deacon grabbed some kid by his throat. Did you see this clip yet?
He's man.
I'm telling you, every time Deacon goes on the field, I'm gonna play that. I'm Vanilla Baby. I'll choke you, but I ain't no killer baby. Like he's fucking straight choking the shit out of people in the gym.
No diddy.
What would you say to this next generation of kid coming up behind you on just yes, you have to be physically gifted to do it, but so much of it's mindset. Run with that.
I think a lot of people are focused on the result when, you should be focused on the process. It's a process to get somewhere. I'm nowhere where I need to be at right now. I know my goal, but right now I'm in love with taking it day by day and like getting 1% better every day. And, for kids to have that mind, like some people just don't have it. And, that's okay. If you don't have it, you don't have it. And also like, for me, like I want to be the meanest person on the field, meanest MFer on the field. Like that's just how I am. That's how I roll. But also controlling that and being the smartest player on the field because it's awesome if you're mean as hell and like can pancake kids. But what happens when you need to make an out call or back call or down call or they give you double mug or like all this stuff. There's different stuff, but like you got to be smart and like I said, fall in love with the process and if you fall in love, then you'll be okay.
Man, you make me proud as a coach, bro. Bailey, you got any fucking questions for the big guy before we jump into?
I wanted to stick on kind of the 6-0 Academy tangent, discuss Matt and 6-0 Academy and the impact working with Matt has had on you and your game.
Say that again, sorry, Mark.
The impact on Matt and 6-0 Academy and the impact that Matt and 6-0 Academy have had on you and your game.
Oh my gosh. Well, Matt's made a huge impact. I came in 13 years old as a defensive lineman, 6'3", 210 pounds, whatever I was, like whatever we were doing, like Coach Matt can like say this, but I did everything 110%. Like there's not anything I won't do 100%. That's just the type of person I am. That's just how I was raised by my parents. But yeah, it's been a huge impact and like not just the physical stuff, but getting thrown into that film room. Like when you're 13 years old, getting thrown into, knowing personnel, knowing tight end sets, knowing what the whole offensive line is doing, knowing how the safeties are rolling, how coverage is, that's just something that's helped me so much at this level that like some people don't understand because there's a ton of kids in my class who I see at these visits and, I'm talking ball with them and they have no clue what I'm talking about when I'm saying just basic stuff. I'm talking about regular fronts. So like I think just the film work, it made me such a more advanced player. Learning it, you can learn a playbook in 2 days if you know everything because it's the same stuff but just different terminology. And obviously the stuff we do in the gym is like nowhere else. No one else in the country does what we do. And Coach Matt, no matter who you are, he's going to push you to your to a failure and really bring out that person on like who you really are when you're tired. Like if it's Drake Nugent, like I was watching his story, like pushing him all the way to like, and he's an NFL player. He doesn't care who you are. He's going to push you so hard, and that's just something that I'm blessed to have in Colorado. And I hope every kid can see what Coach Matt is doing and realize that, no one else does it like us, like the Dungeon family. So,
man, you honor the gym and your coach, bro. And And just to see your path and see where you are now, I don't know if I can be more proud. And I know this isn't that's the beauty of this. The goal isn't met. The fucking journey's not over, and we got a lot of shit in front of us. So when you're like 35 and getting a gold jacket, then I'll tell you good job. But until then, keep fucking working. So let's dive into CU here. They hire Andre Gerard, great friend of mine. I met with him last Saturday. And their recruitment of you since maybe the meeting I had with Prime or a little bit before that has really ramped up. So talk about what Colorado has done specifically to keep a guy who I don't think they can lose. Like if they can fucking figure out a way to get you in this class, I think it would just be the biggest fucking home run in the history of signing offensive linemen at the University of Colorado. So, and there's some great players in the past that have been there, but I'm telling you, you walk because of the Jordan Seaton thing too. You guys played next to each other at IMG already. He's already your homeboy. You already played next to Cash. That left guard spot, Tyler Brown's gone after this year. That seems like a perfect spot where Breck walks in and just starts next to his two boys. And it's the IMG pipeline. Talk about how CU's been recruiting you and how impressed you are with everything up there, and we'll have some more questions.
I mean, well, all my recruiting is kind of ramped up now. It's like my phone has been blowing up, and obviously I'm blessed to be in this position. But especially with CU, you know, it's been really good to hear from those guys a lot. You know, and I think the connection I have with the guys in the locker room is, you know, a huge thing. And like that, like anywhere I'm going, that's what I want. I want to have a connection with the guys in the locker room, feel like I could fit in with those guys. But, you know, just having Coach Hageman, Coach Dre, Coach Gunner, you know, constantly hitting my phone. It's really good. And, you know, like I said, over the season, I did like a 3-day visit to Colorado. And I just sat in meetings and like acted like I was a player. And that's something that's, you know, pretty special to me, because I really want that feel on like, is this where I really want to go to school? So, you know, the recruiting has ramped up, and, you know, I'm looking I'm talking to the guys there, and, you know, they really like what's happening in the offensive line room, and, you know, I respect that, and, you know, they're putting in real effort now. So I obviously respect that too. So.
Yeah, that's big time, the effort that they put in, especially with the guys from the Box State. Bailey, you got any questions about CU before we keep going?
Yeah, sticking on CU, obviously you briefly mentioned Coach Gunnar White, Coach Hageman, and Coach Gerard. I just wanted to kind of get your deeper thoughts as to them bringing in them. You obviously mentioned guys in that offensive line room are pretty optimistic. How do you feel about the new coaching in the offensive line room at CU?
Yeah, I mean, Coach Lodeholt was my guy, so it sucks that he left, you know. I'm just being real. He was me and him had a really good relationship. So It sucks that he's left, but that's okay.
Is it good enough to go play college football in Mississippi?
I told him no. I was like, Coach, I love you. I'm not going to Mississippi State.
I ain't going to cowbell.
Yeah, I told him I was real because he's my guy and I'm truthful with him. But yeah, like obviously Coach Hageman, when I got to talk to him last, he's big on that leadership role, and he thinks that I could kind of take that leadership role at the next level, you know, just by talking to me, just by having a meeting with me. And obviously he's developed guys here. He was the offensive line coach at IMG, developed J.C. Latham and, you know, Tyler Booker, a couple of big names like that.
That Latham kid is a monster, bro.
Yeah, he's crazy. He came to IMG as a D lineman, and they moved him to O line.
Every good offensive lineman used to be a D lineman, Brett.
Yeah. I've never met Coach Dre. Talked to him over the phone. Seems like a great guy. And I'm looking forward to meeting him soon. And yeah, Coach Gunner, he's a really cool guy. You know, he's going to coach you up, and you know, I just need to see more and to sit more in meetings to really get a feel for him, because it was kind of Coach Lodeholt running the show when I visited. So I just kind of want to see how that operation is going to go. So
I'd imagine that Coach Gerard will be the mouthpiece in the room after talking to him. He'll be the head guy. You know, Gunner will assist him, and Hang will be there to assist both of them. 3 guys in the room. That's most offensive line coaches have an assistant, and then they've got somebody that holds the bag. So that's usually how it goes. I will say this: Coach Gerard is very similar mindset to me. He's a great player. And, bro, you said this about yourself, and I agree. You are a mean son of a bitch. Like, when I talk to everybody in the room about being mean, you're one of the first guys I bring up. Like, I need you to follow the same footsteps as Drake and Breck and guys like that, and Ryan Jensen, guys like that from the Dunge family, and they're all following suit. So when you say mean, I don't know if there was a meaner son of a bitch on the face of God's green earth than Andre when he played. And he would embarrass you. And his development and the way that he played, one of the first things I did when I moved to offensive line was reach out to him and ask him, what do I need to do to play offensive line? And, all we talked about on that Saturday morning was development and making sure that everybody's actually reaching their potential rather than just walking in and playing to the potential that they're at, if that makes sense. So, yeah. Man, I'm excited about what they're doing in Boulder, and I think that if they're going to hire anybody up there, it's got to be Drake, because I'm surprised they didn't hire him last year. It was between him and Lord Holt. And another thing, lastly, about Andre is I don't think he's going to jump. Like, he's not going to the Cowboys. He's not going back to Texas to go to Texas Tech and shit. He's not going to Mississippi State. This is home for him. He was a first ballot unanimous All-American here and part of some great teams, and I know that he wants to get the offensive line right, because it used to be such a strength point for us, and over the last couple of years, it's been bad. So even with good players. So, but let me ask you that question. Telling off of that, you got some really dominant offensive line programs on that list. What does Colorado need to show you next year up front in a Big 12 schedule to overcome the likes of Kaplowitz at Alabama, or Coach Fry at Ohio State, or Beaton Bud at fucking Oklahoma, or every single guy that we know being at Tennessee and Gage and all the family there? And then how about Coach Moore at Michigan and all the lineage that we have there in Texas, and Matt Rule at Nebraska, Coach Marable at the U, like LSU, Georgia. What does Colorado have to do to make sure that they're number one on that list next year? What do you need to see from that front and the coaching staff?
From the coaching staff, obviously, I want to see like how they interact with the players. So maybe because I want to just see how they coach the guys up. And like I said, it's Big 12, so they're probably going to be passing a lot. But I would love to see them run the ball for 1,000 yards. I don't even know. Just run the ball dominantly.
Is that mandatory for you? Because, bro, you know how I feel about it. We've had this talk.
Yeah.
The SEC, you're going to I remember who was the Oklahoma linebacker, Drew Sample? He was quoted 28. He was all Big 12 for 2 years, and then he went to the SEC.
Danny Stutzman, yeah, there you go.
Danny, that's okay. So my bad. Just same thing, same letters, wrong name. But he was said at the combine that he saw 150 more run plays this year in the SEC than he did to the Big 12. So I started thinking about that. As an offense, I like pass blocking. It's cool because I'm good at it, and I can hold up until I play fucking John Abraham or some shit. But like Von Miller, then it's not fun anymore. But run blocking is what we do. If you're not running the football, how does that work in recruiting big time guards that want to run the ball?
I don't know. They just got to run it and run it dominantly, because I got a lot of people on my list, Georgia, Miami, Texas, OU, Bama, Michigan, all those guys. And, they're pretty dominant run teams.
Yeah, bro. It's like the top 15 run teams have all offered you. I wonder why that is. Maybe you're good at run blocking.
Yeah. I just like to impose my will on people. So.
All right, so Andre, if you're listening, which I know you do watch, and I'm trying to get him on the show. He's as hard to get a hold of as I am. Go in there and drop the hammer dog, run the fucking ball. We gotta have this. All right, this has to happen. All right, moving on. Look, Breck, you're doing everything right. you've gotten to this point in your life through hard work, sacrifice. Talk about IMG a little bit. You know, you were a starter at Valor as a freshman. It was awesome, but you made a decision as a man that even I questioned to a point. I was like, shit, man, I don't know if you need to go down there to achieve all this. But it seemed to be and seems to be by far the best move. Just talking about IMG and what they've provided and how they treat you and how good of a move this was for you moving down there and being in the South, the mecca of football.
Yeah, you know, at Valor, I kind of showed up and I was starting left tackle right out of 8th grade. And then after I balled out, obviously went to IMG, and, you know, something that everybody needs to have in their life. It's called competition. And, you know, fighting for a spot is, you know, you got to be a dog. And, you know, as a sophomore, there was like 3 seniors ahead of me. You know, I was projected, you know, not to play sophomore year or be the 6th guy. And I came in that spring hungry, with the mindset that, you know, I'm going to get this job. So, you know, I think the competition we have here every day, like your spot's not handed to you. Everything's earned. You know, I ended up earning that spot as a sophomore, Max Prep sophomore All-American. And, you know, I think what we have at IMG is, I mean, obviously it's like no one else in the country. You know, just being surrounded by a bunch of guys that want it, it just makes you separate from, you know, the NARPs, non-athletic regular people.
Yeah, you ever heard that?
What is it called?
NARPs,
A
non-athletic
NARP?
regular people.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've heard
I'm
that.
fucking using this. You narc
Yeah.
son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brett.
Oh,
Oh God, no. I'm surprised Matt didn't know that. I'm shocked, man.
Oh, fuck. This is awesome. All you fucking narps in the comment.
yeah.
Fuck on that one.
I think just like I said, like the friendly competition is, you know, it's different. And obviously the resources we have here, it's just like if you come here and don't succeed, like I don't know what you're doing. Like you're just not taking
It's
advantage
your
of everything.
fault.
Yeah. And I've seen that. I've been here for 2.5 years, and I've seen guys come in here and, you know, just bullshit and, you know, get complacent.
Right.
So you never want to be complacent. That's one thing I always say to myself. Never, never, never. But yeah,
It sounds eerily like what you came from. Valor being super competitive to a point, and then the room. The room at 6-0 is
yeah.
as good as you're going to get in Colorado every single morning. So
Yeah, it's basically a 6-0, but you live with people. It's 6-0, but you live with
it's
people.
6-0 with dorm rooms.
Yeah.
Well, shit, man. Hopefully one of these days I can find one of these like multi-billionaire guys in Denver, and we can open 6-0 Academy for real and like have classes and shit. And we'll have, what class are you about to go to? What student should we do? Film and literature. And we'll have film and literature, and I'll be the teacher, and we will just swap like Pulp Fiction on repeat. Does he look like a bitch? No, he looks like a narp.
Narp.
So, Brett, you go enjoy film school. I can only imagine the notes you're taking in there today for the Joker, so you'll have a good time.
Yeah.
What's harder to stay awake in, meetings or film school class?
What's harder to stay awake in?
Yeah, dog.
Oh.
That's a good question. Right
I'm
there.
always up in meetings, even though it's 6:30 in the morning. I'm always
Because you like football, but do you like film class?
I mean, I really enjoy film class. Like you just watch movies all day. Like you're like, oh, the camera angle is facing his face. Like that's it. But yeah, I mean,
I love being good at football. I'm so proud of you.
Appreciate it.
Hey, and then lastly, what was the award you just got from Under Armour?
Oh, I just got invited to the Under Armour All-American game.
Ooh.
Big up.
Congratulations, Greg.
Appreciate it.
Big time.
That's it. Brett Coolidge joining us. Brett, what's the last thing you have to say, Colorado Buffalo Nation, before we let you off here? Because we don't usually break news, but we're
I will be taking an official visit to Colorado. I don't know when.
Yeah.
It's gonna be sometime either May or this upcoming fall during the season. So I will be doing that.
Ooh.
Red carpet, or the black and gold carpet, excuse me, will be laid out, and make sure that we fucking That is number one priority, Boulder. Get your shit together. Breck, we love you. Go to film class.
Yep.
I'll see you soon, dog. Enjoy everything that you've earned. And remember, if you're good at something, Breck, never do it for free.
I got you.
Peace.
All right, guys.
All right, Breck, thank you for joining. Amen to that. Matt,
That's
shout out
my
to Breck. Yeah, it's your guy. Breck Cooljoy, can't thank him enough for joining. He dropped a little gem at the end there. He is taking an official visit at Colorado. So
that is fucking big. Put that list back up there, dog.
So here's
Now,
Breck's top 12.
I want everybody to just understand something. You take Colorado and Nebraska off that list because they're two schools that I think CU is obviously hometown, and Nebraska was one of the first teams to recruit him, and Matt Rule loves him.
Right.
Those are the top fucking programs from the last 20 years in college football and before, but just the last 20, easy.
Yeah.
And it's Matt, to see Colorado competing and bagging an official visit.
Yeah.
And I was on Deacon's ass this morning in the gym. I just walked up to him and I go, Brett's taking an OV. When are you going on an OV to Boulder? Oh, I don't know. Well, you better figure that shit out. Brett's doing it. Yeah. Okay, maybe I will. Like that's just the way it works, right? And Big Zane was in there this morning looking like a fucking freak.
Ooh.
We do 2-on-1 drills, so like a tight end and tackle will block a 9 technique.
Right.
They were smashing.
Only imagine, Matt.
They were smashing the fuck out of people, bro. Deacon picked up this kid literally by his throat. Like I'm gonna send you the clip and we're gonna put it up because
send me the clip. Let's show it.
It's only 8 seconds long. Homie, he fucking straight picked this kid up. And Enzo, the kid he picked up, is a hell of a player. Like he's gonna be a college football player.
For sure.
And Deacon got mad as fuck and picked him up off the ground by his neck. I thought he was gonna kill the kid. So we gotta call him Jack Harlow. That's the fucking idiot's name that plays that fucking song, right?
Yeah.
Vanilla Baby? Yeah. So old Harlow out here is blocking the shit out of people. I asked him, like, does your girlfriend want you to choke her a little bit? And if she does, be careful because you grip strong. Like you're not trying to go to jail, you're trying to go to fucking Funky Town. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm trying to show here.
Watch this shit.
Let's see.
So Roper's the guard, Deacon's the tackle. Watch who he does end up. Time, Jesus Christ, he's angry. Next. Listen to what I say. Time, Jesus Christ, he's angry. Next.
Yeah, Jesus.
So look,
Deacon?
Yeah, Deacon is such a prick, dude. It's one of my favorite things about him. Look, he just grabbed his neck and like he just pulled his soul out of his body. But what I'm saying is, you can get Breck, if you can get Deacon, if you can get guys to start not follow the Jordan Seaton path.
Yeah.
Don't go to these blue bloods. Come build at CU. Dude, can you imagine Deacon and Breck in the same fucking class?
Like that.
I mean, look, this is essentially how it happens. Breck walks in and starts at left guard. Deacon walks in and starts at right guard, and we fucking roll.
Yeah.
And I know there's other guys in the room. I don't give a shit. I have pretty good faith in mine. So we, the Colorado Buffaloes, the community, money sets the table. And I said that to him at the end of the interview for a reason. Before we talk about these other topics, and we got some other things to shine a light on before we get out of here.
Yep.
But I would bet, and it's cheap, that it takes CU $1 million to sign Breck. I mean, because I would say right now, knowing what I know, I'd say it's anywhere between 500 and 750, and the negotiation is between Michigan, Georgia, Tennessee, Texas, Nebraska, Ohio State, CU, Florida, Miami. Like these people have deep fucking pockets. LSU, Michigan, they got deep pockets. So if you're good at something, boys, never do it for free. And all of you fucking idiots in Colorado that think we don't know what we're doing at 6-0, just keep thinking we don't know because you are the target and we are the hunter and we're coming for your ass.
Yeah, absolutely. And
if you are a good player in the state of Colorado and you are not in the gym, especially as an offensive and defensive lineman, tight end, linebacker, you are fucking up. You may not need my help to go play college football, but you're going to need my help to stay and to be elite, because right now you're just another guy that, what did Breck say, doesn't know shit. He goes on all these trips and all these big time physical athletes that don't know shit mentally. Right. It is a two-part game. It is a thinking man's game on top of being a physical brute. You can't just be there's one Dexter Manley. What do we know about Dexter Manley? He couldn't fucking read, but he could pass rush. So fuck reading. Pass rush.
Exactly. Well, man, I can't thank Brett Coolj enough for joining. Great kid. Can't wait to see.
Narps.
Yeah, the narps. I can't believe you didn't know that term, Matt. You got a new word now to tell
I'm getting a fucking t-shirt made that just says, don't be a narp.
Narps. Exactly. Well, man, Matt, let's get into some topics before we get out of here. One Buffs topic we have to cover before we talk some NFL. NFL's got a lot going on. But, Matt, your former teammate and 17-year NFL veteran kicker Mason Crosby announced his retirement today from the NFL. Matt, what do you got to say about this?
Best kicker I've ever been around in the history of kickers. I think I don't know what it takes to be a Hall of Fame kicker, but he's got a Super Bowl. He was incredibly efficient. He played for one fucking team his whole career in Green Bay. Like, if there's such thing as a Hall of Fame kicker, which Adam Vinatieri is a Hall of Famer, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Vinatieri.
I mean, he did a lot.
Yeah.
I guess if that's the fucking standard, then I don't know if Crosby is a Hall of Famer. I don't know. But I think Adam Vinatieri is the enigma that just was on really good teams and played with Peyton and Tom and
played for a long time. Yeah.
Long time. But I think Mason minimum is a Ring of Famer in Green Bay and an unbelievably good player. And bro, I'm telling you, Mason Crosby won us so many fucking games. My senior year, we were 8-5, okay? We played in the Big 12 title game. He was the only person that scored in the Big 12 title game because Oklahoma shit stomped us. But he won us Ohio State. He won us fucking the Nebraska game. He won us the K-State game. Like, in the Iowa State game, I think we won 16-9, and he hit 4 field goals. He hit 3 field goals, and one of them was a 62 or 3-yarder from the middle of the field. And like him and Nick Holtz, and Pony is Nick Holtz's fucking nickname, and Pony is now an assistant coach somewhere in the NFL. He was with the Raiders for a long time. He's an OC in college football, great kid, and he was the holder. And every time Mason would kick one of those, he'd break out his towel, and Mason would put his foot on his leg and he'd clean his shoe. It was fucking awesome. But yeah, I don't really like kickers. I think they're a bunch of fuckboys. But if you're a bad motherfucking kicker or punter, I got mad respect for you because that's a hard job. So Mason Crosby, you're my guy. Best kicker ever, hands down. Bro, just the epitome of a bad motherfucker. So I'm telling you, that man right there can kick the shit out of the pig.
Yeah, absolutely.
Congratulations, Mason.
Yeah, congratulations, Mason Crosby, on a great NFL and college career. But 17 seasons in the NFL today, Mason Crosby announces his retirement. But shout out on a great career, Mason Crosby. Matt, I got to ask you about another one of your guys, Max Crosby. The Raiders and Max Crosby have agreed to a massive extension, 3 years, $106 million deal. $91 million guaranteed, makes him the highest non-paid quarterback in NFL history. Matt, how do you feel about this? Deserved?
Worth every penny.
Yep, agreed.
I'd argue that you could pay him more and not get upset about it.
Yeah.
So, look, you guys know how I feel about Baba Yaga. If I truly believe this, think about how good Max Crosby is and where he plays. And then name me another player on a dog shit team that never does dick that is this famous and this good.
Right. Yeah.
Because every other player that's any fucking good, like I would say Quentin Williams in New York might be there. He's on a terrible team all the time, but he's one of the best 3 techniques. But 95 doesn't take over games the way 98 does, bro.
Facts.
Like, he's good every now and then, but he's not like turn the tape on and he fucking kills everyone.
Yeah.
Myles Garrett, that's a great call, but they were in the playoffs last year and shit. Like, I think Cleveland's a lot better than they played last year. And if they would have kept Baker Mayfield around, I think they're a playoff team probably 4, 5, 6 years in a row.
Yeah,
but they went and got old Captain Rub and Tug, and that didn't work out very well.
Right.
You got Rub and Tug, crab legs, and old man Flacco on the same fucking quarterback room. Who are you? The turds. I look, this is big time. Max does things right. Max is an ambassador for the league. He's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer when he's done. He's got true swag and grit, and he's just a fucking bad man. So, again, clap it up. Fucking get paid, dog. That's big time. That's why we do this shit right there. And again, everyone remember Max's story. Let me see if anybody, don't answer this if you know, Bailey, but does anybody know who Colin Farrell is? Because he was a bad motherfucker at Clemson, right? He went, where did he go that year to the Raiders? He went 3rd overall to the Raiders and got a boatload, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they drafted this skinny white boy in what, the 5th round? 5th or 6th round, right? And then I don't even think Colin Farrell's in the motherfucking league no more.
I don't know what happened to old boy.
Last time I saw him, he was playing fucking rotating role with the 49ers. But Max Crosby's over here killing it. This is exactly why I think the combine is fucking ridiculous. Turn on the film, dog. Can you play or can't you? You know what I'm saying? So big ups, 98. You're going to be a thorn in the side of Broncos country for another fucking 4 years. God damn it. God, I love watching him play. This is why I want Shore to go to the Raiders.
Yeah, I mean,
where striky guys go, and I'll be able to go watch him in Denver every year, and then fly to Vegas, which is 90 minutes, and go watch him there. Shit, sounds awesome.
Yeah. I think Max Crosby undoubtedly deserves this. He is high motor. He is a freaking problem. You turn on the tape, it's clear as day. Teams definitely have to account for him more than any other player, like you mentioned, on a team that is not very good, but there's still one stud. I mean, he by far is deserving of being the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. I definitely love it. I love that Pete Carroll keeps him around and didn't just ship him out when he got to Vegas. I'm excited to see who else they bring in on that defense. I think that Raiders defense is going to be a real fucking problem next year.
Yeah, well, look, if they can figure out a way to get Josh Sweat or Myles Garrett, another edge guy, because they've been trying to pair somebody with Max and they can't figure it out. They tried to get Chandler. They tried to get the kid from Texas Tech. No, they're drafting. They got him taking the fucking kid from Georgia in a couple mock drafts.
Mm-hmm.
If you can find somebody to parent next to him, then you can't triple team him every fucking play. That's the other thing about Max Crosby nobody talks about. You watch all 22 film and they're committing 2 tight ends and a tackle, or a tight end, tackle, and a back. They're all sliding to Max, and everybody else has everyone else, and he's still making fucking plays in double-digit sacks because he's got a goddamn motor. This guy fucking I swear to God, his pre-game drink is diesel.
Well, one thing, Raiders on the defensive line, I don't know if you remember, they got Christian Wilkins, big old defensive tackles with Miami as well.
He did nothing.
He did nothing, but I'd like to look.
Last year counting money.
Yeah, they did pay him a lot of money to see if he responds this year. But I think if the Raiders can get some help in the secondary, I don't know what they're doing with JB's guy, Jack Jones. But I think there's several.
I'll give Colin Farrell his flowers. He did start 10 games for a team that went to the NFC title game last year. That's cool. But he's not making 141 motherfucking million on an extension as a 3rd pick.
Right.
Shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit.
Exactly.
I'll take fucking hurt Max Crosby over healthy Colin Farrell every day.
Absolutely. And man, we'll see who else the Raiders pick up. But I think this is a big question mark in Vegas that was solved. Max Crosby. Go ahead.
Why do people have such a soft spot for first-round draft picks? Why, when you criticize a first-round draft pick, do people get so upset?
I don't know. I think it's people.
But no one gets overly aggressive when you're like, Tom Brady was 199. No one fucking cares. Everyone's like, yeah, that's pretty cool. He overcame that. But you say something bad about a first rounder and that guy's team is offended, and it's like, what the fuck do you know? Put some respect on his name. Like, why? Because someone picked him?
Right. Yeah. That's a great point, man. I never thought about that. That's a good point.
Bust. Not defending him. You should be like, yeah, fuck him. He set us back. He was terrible.
I hear where you're coming from. Like, I never thought about it that way, but why do people have such a soft spot, Matt? That's a good question.
Why the soft spot and the loser mentality with first-round draft picks? I don't get. Do you guys do we think about it the same with basketball? Like, are we still worried about Darko Milicic? You even remember that, Ed? You fucking young son of a bitch.
Basketball Milicic? No. Dude, I'm not
Basketball Milicic, Darko Milicic, the guy
I think
over Carmelo.
Oh, well, see, I'm not going to know your Nuggets, Matt. That's the problem. I wouldn't.
That's a broad NBA known fact that he went over Carmelo, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh right after LeBron.
Matt, I haven't watched the NBA since 2008 when the Seattle Supersonics were fucking robbed.
Oh my God!
Don't even talk to me about the NBA.
It's not my fault that you don't know shit. Next question.
Next question. Well, sticking on NFL draft talk, going from first rounder to the very last pick in the NFL draft, the 49ers starting offer for Brock Purdy's contract extension is reportedly $45 million a year. Now, Matt Tua's contract is $53 million a year. I believe Trevor Lawrence makes even more than that. Now, I got to ask you, Matt, do you believe Brock Purdy deserves top dollar in the NFL?
No.
Well,
I don't think Trevor Lawrence deserves top dollar. I don't think Tua deserves top dollar. I don't think any of these fucking bums deserve top dollar. They ain't done shit. They haven't won a goddamn thing. Just because you're up next for quarterback contracts doesn't mean you should make $60 million fucking dollars, Dak Prescott. Let's be real, bro. The guys who are getting paid the most are not the best.
That's true, Matt.
So you look at the top of quarterback rankings, and where are the best quarterback? Like, where's Lamar on the quarterback pay scale? Where's Josh Allen on the quarterback pay scale? Where's Mahomes on the quarterback pay scale?
Right. I mean, I'm looking at it. Trevor Lawrence is at $55 million a year.
$55 million a year for that fucking chick-looking son of a bitch.
Tua's at 53. Jared Goff's also at 53. Herbert's at 53. Lamar's at 52.
Lamar's fifth on the list.
Lamar is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's like 7th or 8th. He's 8th.
So when do you get to so Lamar's 8th? Who are the top 7 in front of Lamar?
So Dak Prescott is number 1 right now, $60 million a year. Joe Burrow is $55 million a year at 2.
He's awesome.
Jordan Love is at 3, $55 million a year.
Trash.
Trevor Lawrence is at 4, $55 million a year.
Trash for $55 million.
Great. Tua Tagovailoa, $53 million a year.
Trash for $52 million.
Jared Goff, $53 million.
Trash for $53 million.
Justin Herbert, $52.5 million.
Extra trash with like the stinky fucking the stuff in the bag that keeps him from stinking for $48 million, whatever he's making. Trash.
And then you have Lamar Jackson at $52 million a year.
I'm cool with that. He's really good. Joe Burrow, I'm cool with him too. All the other guys, you can miss me with thinking fucking Jared Goff's worth $53 million, motherfucker. You can miss me thinking that Tua's left-handed knocked out ass is worth 54, never playing. You can miss me that Dak Prescott's the highest paid and best quarterback.
That's crazy to me. That's still contracted. That contract's still crazy to me.
Dog, I'm telling you, the quarterback contracts are going to ruin professional football. What are we doing? Why the fuck are we going to pay this kid $45 million fucking dollars? Why?
And Debo's gone. Ayuk, apparently they're going to trade him now. They're screwed. Like the 49ers are screwed personally.
Why is Trevor Lawrence making $55 million because he went high in the draft and Jacksonville doesn't have another option?
He's number 1 overall
pick.
You
can lose with anybody. You can definitely lose with Trevor Lawrence.
Here's my point with this, and the whole reason I brought this up. Tua's makes $53 million a year. They extend him after the concussion, but Brock Purdy's been to a Super Bowl, and we're not going to pay him that?
I don't even care about that either. Brock Purdy didn't go to the Super Bowl because of Brock Purdy. Yeah, Brock Purdy went to the Super Bowl because his team is fucking loaded. He game managed his way in. What happened when everybody got hurt, and could he elevate the team, or did they go fucking 7-11?
That's how I look at it. It's either Stafford and Brock Purdy. I think we're in a similar spot. You saw the Rams really, really good.
Stafford fucking took off with a bunch of no names.
Yeah.
Purdy fucking tanked with a bunch of no names.
Yeah.
It's about like Jordan Love, that contract. Mm-hmm. He went on a playoff run, made a lot of money. Why is it that you only have to do it like you only have to win a playoff game now? Or you like
one time,
make
one
a Super Bowl? Like, at what point are we gonna like fucking actually demand that these guys do something before they get paid $500 million?
Right. Yeah,
Jesus
exactly.
Christ.
This is where the NFL quarterback
is middle of the road and making middle of the road quarterback salary, and all he does is win. Should tell the rest of these guys that maybe, just maybe, you shouldn't take as much so they can build the team around you. Because, I mean, what the fuck, dog? I'm sorry, but I know this is going to sound crazy, but $55 million and $45 million in California, maybe it's a big deal.
Right.
There's the other thing. Hey, Brock, go sign with someone that doesn't rape you on taxes every 5 minutes.
Yeah, come to the Titans. Come to Tennessee. Go to the South or any place that isn't going to rob your bank account like California is on taxes. But interesting. We'll see. We'll discuss.
$1 million for Brock Purdy. Are you out of your fucking mind?
We'll see what happens.
Fans don't even want this to happen.
I don't know how 49ers feel. I'm going to be honest. I don't know how you could have any confidence as a 49ers fan.
Look, they've got great players on paper, but they're all old as fucking hurt. And
they're going to lose a bunch of guys in free agency. They're going to lose Hufanga, the strong safety. I believe they're losing the linebacker Greenlaw, too.
They went all in and paid a lot of people a lot of money, and they missed their window. They lost 2 Super Bowls. So. Yeah.
Absolutely. I think
Chris is hurt, Trent's hurt. Everybody's hurt all the fucking time. You know, they're rotating guys in and out. I think that they'll be decent, but again, I don't think they're going to go like win the West.
Right. Absolutely. Well, speaking of the West, there's a lot going on in Seattle right now. The Seahawks have released 10-year veteran Tyler Lockett. After 10 years with the team, Pete Carroll drafted Tyler Lockett in 2015. Tyler Lockett is one of the most legendary receivers in Seattle Seahawks history, racking up over 8,500 yards, 61 touchdowns. They released Lockett, and about an hour after releasing Lockett, it comes out that DK Metcalf has requested a trade from Seattle, and the team has decided to explore it per Ian Rappaport and Tom Pelissero. Matt, as somebody who grew up a Seahawks fan, this drives me insane. I think the Seahawks – I don't know what direction they're going, but this is a little alarming. I kind of figured that they would cut Tyler Lockett, but I didn't expect them just to get rid of DK Metcalf like that. What are your thoughts on what's going on with the Seahawks and this? Go ahead.
And the new ownership group is going cheap. They don't see the difference between going. I don't think they see the difference between being one game out of the playoff and having the first pick. I think they think a losing season is a losing season. And why pay all these guys if you're just going to lose, which is stupid because you have to build. I think Lockett ends up in Vegas in 15 minutes.
I agree.
They don't have any receivers, and they put a slot receiver out there with a competent quarterback, and Lockett will have another 90 catches. Yep. And then if I was Vegas and DK Metcalf is actually fucking attainable, I'd try and trade for his ass too. Why not?
Yeah. Why not? Exactly.
I'd take both of them. So DJ Metcalf is a goddamn freak. He's a mental cripple a little bit, but he's a freak. And you just can't find guys like that. So you better go get his ass if he's there.
Yeah. I just can't believe as somebody who's watched the Seahawks, been a Seahawks fan, why they're trading this freakazoid. I understand they have Jackson Smith at Jigba, but you need more than just a slot wide receiver. You need somebody like this. You mentioned ownership maybe going cheap. Paul Allen passed away a few years ago, and things have been different. The one thing I will say with Seattle, I'm not the biggest fan of Mike Macdonald, their head coaching hire. I think they made a big mistake firing Pete Carroll 2 years ago. And the reason I say that is this. You bring in Mike Macdonald as a defensive guy coming from Baltimore. If you had a chance to watch any Seattle game last season, defensively, horrific. If you watch the run fits, horrific. It's really frustrating to watch as a Seahawks fan. You fire Pete Carroll after all these years. One thing on Seattle's front during Pete Carroll's years, consistency on defense was one of the things that I think was present. You saw different falls throughout the years, but I was pretty damn consistent. Now with Mike Macdonald, I am a little alarmed. You fire your OC after 1 year. I just think that Seattle, there's a lot of question marks there. And I think in that division, the NFC West, you have to say that the Rams right now are top of the division, unquestionably. And the Cardinals, I don't know if you saw, rumored Giants are interested in trading for Kyler Murray. So that the NFC West is kind of undergoing a little JB sent that to me. Apparently the Giants are interested in Kyler Murray, which may be an interesting development. Your thoughts?
Why the fuck would you do that if you're Arizona?
I don't know.
They're getting better. They almost made the playoffs last year.
They're still Arizona.
They didn't finish fucking 3-15. They were competitive until the last week of the season. Like, they got a second-year head coach, the same as Seattle. Seattle's going this way, and Arizona's going this way. I wouldn't be fucking trading Kyler Murray to the Giants. No fucking way. I don't like Kyler Murray's game, and I wouldn't trade him.
Yeah. You know how JB feels about him. He's a mental midget in his eyes. Personally,
He's a midget in his eyes.
Well, yeah. I just think
what midgets hate when you call them a midget.
Well, with Kyler Murray, I would hope Arizona doesn't do that, but I also think the Cardinals, I don't know. They're in a tough division, tough spot. And if they end up trading Kyler Murray, fuck, what are they going to do? I think Gannon's out of there if that happens, their head coach. So
why would they do that? Just to sacrifice everyone's job? They're not trading Kyler Murray. That is horse shit. I'm stepping back on that one. Nope, not happening.
I agree with you, Matt. Well, Matt, great show on this fine Wednesday. We had 4-star IMG Academy offensive lineman and a product of your 6-0 Academy, Brett Coolidge, on the show. Before we got here, the last thing I got to show, Prep Zone Colorado published an excerpt on several of your guys at 6-0 Academy. One of the guys they highlighted was your own son, Nick McChesney. Matt, I'll go ahead and read the passage for those listening. It says, a freshman with immense potential, McChesney made a strong impression with his limited varsity stops on the offensive line. His excellent footwork allows him to execute a smooth kick slide and pass protection, staying in front of his matchup with a combination of quickness and strength. In the run game, he creates lanes effectively, using his power to drive defenders to the ground. As he continues to develop, expect McChesney to make a significant impact next season. I boldly predict he will earn first or second team All-State honors, cementing his status as a top lineman. With his trajectory, he is poised to draw serious interest from Division I programs. Matt, go ahead.
Why we grind, baby?
Mm-hmm.
And look, we sent in his measurements like 8 weeks ago. He was 6'3", 265 this morning. But he's already got another inch and 25 pounds on that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Well, look, I don't know if as my son, I push him hard, but he works hard. He doesn't do it because I want him to.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to think that I'm my kid's role model, but he looks up to guys like Ryan Jensen and Connor McGovern and Ben Garland and, Will Precheck and fucking Mike Pennell and, Austin and Quinn and all Drake and fucking Breck and all, like, they're all boys. So that's what he wants. He wants to sit here on this show in 2 years and talk about his top 12 is every swinging dick in the country that wants him, and he's going to be a millionaire at 20 years old. That's his goal. So I don't know if I can be more proud, but again, this is process. This is what process gets you.
Yep.
Prep Red Zone did an unbelievable fucking job writing up the Dungeon family. Mm-hmm. And I'm not trying to say that, we've got the best players, but we have the best players in the state. And it's easy to do a write-up on them because they're fucking good. And the other thing is they get to evaluate all the film that I post of them.
Yeah.
Their high school isn't out posting film about what they're doing every day. Those coaches think it's fucking selfish and all this other stupid fucking old white bullshit. Like it's dumb. So what you won't do, we will, and we will rip the benefits off of it, and you won't, and you'll bitch about being able to do something that I do, but you don't. So that's the worst part about all of it is people complain about something that they could easily do. Pull your fucking phone out and do something with it other than Pornhub. So it's my job to promote. And when you're good, they see it. And this is just another example. So, Nicholas, hats off. I'm so damn proud of you. Let's go get some more, bro. Like, I fully expect him and Davis Moon are two kids in his class that are going to be. Davis is better than Nick. Davis is a fucking monster. So, like, both of them, I foresee them both being highly touted. And it's already started, bro. We've got, in the next 3 months, we've got camps in Oklahoma and Nebraska and CU. We're going to go on game visits next year to Alabama. We're going to go to Georgia. We're going to go to Tennessee. Like, everybody just wants to get him on campus and start a relationship with him because he's fucking 15 years old. Just turned 15. He's 6'3", 260. And yeah, the world is opening up in front of him. So I'm really proud of my son, and thanks for putting that up there, Bailey.
Absolutely. Shout out to Nick McChesney. Shout out to Prep Red Zone Colorado for putting out a publication on Matt's 6-year Academy, guys. And yeah, that's why you grind right there. Man, shout out to Nick McChesney, your great son. Matt, great show on this fine Wednesday. Honored to have Brett Coolj on. Great kid. He broke down his recruitment, how he feels about Colorado, and he announced that he's taking an official visit to Colorado as well. So big news there. We talked Max Crosby extension, whatever's going on with the Seahawks, and so much more. We'll be back here on Friday. Matt, any closing thoughts before we get out of here?
Yeah, make a vertical, that Breck thing.
Of
Not a
course.
side-by-side, make a vertical, that kicked ass.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
good shit, Bailey. I'll see you Friday. Way to work, man. I'll let you know about Dre.
Absolutely. Great show. Everybody hit that like button, subscribe, become a member. We'll see you guys on Friday. We appreciate you
Peace.
watching. Peace.